That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. You know it. You know it is, though. How does that get overturned? How does that get overturned? Hey, that's unbelievable. Congratulations. It's unbelievable. Just flat out overturning a pass interference call?
What he said was, yes, he did face guard him, but then there's no contact before the ball arrived.
Okay? I understand, but your man saw it through the penalty. Congratulations, man. First time in the history that's happened.
You're remarkably coherent and calm, I think. Obviously upset. So that was in the heat of the moment as you watched the play live. You've had a week now to digest it. What are your thoughts now, Matthew?
You know, it's still tough to swallow, but it is what it is. We're not playing football anymore. The Dallas Cowboys are. It happens. You know, the thing that frustrated me the most probably was that it was called, marked off. We were running new personnel on the field, and then it gets brought back kind of inexplicably. But like I said, it's you know, there were 5 or so minutes left in that game. We could have won it otherwise.
Well, you know, we saw what you said to the official right there, but did you get any further explanation at any point about why the decision was made to pick up the flag?
No, what you saw, you know, is kind of what I got.
Unbelievable was the word.
Yeah, apparently I was in disbelief. But no, it was a tough one to swallow. But you know what happens? It's the NFL. Everybody's doing the best they can, and you know, it's unfortunate.
Now, after the fact, and you're in the locker room, your coach addressed it. I mean, at that point, it's a little bit of a moot point, I realize. And to your point, there was time left. But you know, what's the reaction there?
I think the biggest thing is players. You know, both teams were playing at a high level. The worst thing that can happen is for the refs, the third part of that game, to play a big role in it. You know, the Cowboys were playing good football. We were playing good football. We would have liked to have decided that a little bit more on the field ourselves.
Well, I'm impressed with your choice of words. It was very. I could have used some 4-letter words in that regard, I think. Boom, Tom.
Well, thanks, Wendy, and thanks, Matthew. Choice of words. I mean, that's a week later. Matthew, way to go.
Yes.
And handling it with poise at that time.
Absolutely.
You work all year for that moment. But we're not here to debate that call. It's been debated enough, Tom. There was other stuff going on, and maybe that, as a player, put yourself in a player or on the field, that bothered you.
Well, I think certainly, yeah, the officiating, you want consistency. I would think, just as a last note on that, maybe you use that direct connection with New York to say, you know, well, we're thinking here that this might have been just the input. What is it that you think? But I was more concerned with Dez Bryant walking out onto the field to argue with the official the call. Now, I know that there is not an official unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for this behavior. It's really for players on the field who take their helmets off. But I think that the league assumed we're not going to have players coming off the sideline, coming onto the field and being penalized. John Harbaugh, Coach Harbaugh of the Ravens, was penalized last night for coming out onto the field about 4 or 5 yards and arguing what he considered to be something illegal going on out on the field. And I've been told by more now that the league, yes, it's not official, it's at the discretion of the official when Dez walked out on the field. But now, if that was to happen again, you would see it called.
Consistency.
Yes, consistency is what
human element. No one's saying that official this, that, but it burns you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it burns me because, as Matthew said, you don't want the officials to actually be deciding the game. Yes, they could have done some other things. That was late in that football game, 3-point lead, could have been gone towards something else.
As Coach Harbaugh said last night, he went on the field knowing he was going to get a flag, but he had to stop and talk to them.
Yes.
He had to get them to come and talk.
Get their attention.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Dez, he doesn't have his helmet on yet.